The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. Over in Bulacan, some areas were flooded due to tropical cyclone Jelena. However, most residents decided not to evacuate their homes. Camille Samonte tells us why.
Some residents of Barangay Maysulaw in Calumpit, Bulacan could no longer walk on this road due to heavy rainfall brought by tropical storm Jelena. The province was rapidly inundated after the Ipo Dam released excess water. Several houses in barangay were submerged in floodwaters. Residents had to use small boats to go outside, just like Lumi who had to buy some basic necessities.
2 katao ang lubog doon. Yung ibaba namin, nilagyan ng asawa ko ng mga kasi mahirap sa evacuation, marami akong apo. Mamaya magkasakit, tatakot ako. Meron naman kaming nilagyan namin ng mga kawayan sa loob para meron kaming matuntungan.
Motorcycles and bicycles also had to be tied up to roofs to avoid being swept away by floods. Despite this, most of the residents declined to evacuate.
Nag-evacuate na kami nung tapos bumalik kami ulit kasi lumit na yung tubig. Ngayon hindi namin expected na nagkakaganyan ulit. Baka bumalik ulit kami yan kapag lumaki kasi may baby po ako.
Lumubog na naman yung loob ng bahay ko. Wala ka naman paglilipatan, masikip na yung evacuation dito, hindi rin kami kakasya lahat dito. Yung ginawa na lang namin, nagdugsong na lang kami ng mga paa ng papag para medyo nakaangat na lang.
The LGU said only 25 families evacuated and are now staying at the barangay's multipurpose building. For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
Residents affected by tropical storm Jelena in Bagong Silangan, Quezon City are currently seeking shelter at a local elementary school. Residents opted to spend the night at the evacuation center, leaving their homes, which are located near a river that could possibly overflow due to the heavy rain brought by Jelena. Because of this, authorities decided to conduct forced evacuations as early as 6 o'clock last night. Around 52 families, or 188 individuals, were evacuated. The coordinator said 15 classrooms were made available for the evacuees to ensure social distancing, and the local government also assured the affected residents that strict health protocols are being implemented in evacuation centers. The river has yet to overflow this morning, but nearby residents shall remain for now at the evacuation center as a precaution.
Nervous din kasi ako kaya nung nag-announce na yung barangay pumunta sa amin na maghanda-handa na kayo, yun. Pero nung maghapon pa kami sa bahay, hapon na kami lumabas. Siyempre sir, hindi ko naantay na tumaas pa yung tubig.
Katulad kanina kasi nag-force evacuation, mag-sanitize muna sila ng alcohol dyan, tapos magpapalista sila dito sa mga in-charge. Tapos bago umano sila doon, kasi dinesign namin ang room usually 3 families kapag malalaki, 3 families kapag malalaki ang pamilya nila, tapos 5 naman kapag maliliit kasi sinusunod natin yung protocols galing sa IETF.
As battery prices fall, chances of people around the world choosing an electric car keeps rising. Are we close to seeing electric cars reflecting gas car prices? Bloomberg's Akshat Rathi tells us on Bloomberg Quick Day.
When will electric cars become as cheap as their gas-guzzling cousins? On average, electric cars should be cheaper than gasoline-powered cars in the next 5 years. That's largely because the cost of batteries has fallen dramatically over the last decade. In 2010, the US Department of Energy set a goal that lithium-ion battery prices needed to fall to $100 per kilowatt-hour, down from about $1,200. For context, 1 kilowatt-hour is the amount of electricity needed to run an iron for half hour or a kettle for an hour. The price of batteries reached about $140 per kilowatt-hour in 2020, and it's set to fall below the $100 mark within the next 5 years. While that's a huge sign of progress, these are all average prices that hide a lot of nuance. The average cost of a car varies a lot from region to region. In North America and Europe, electric cars will reach price parity sooner than they would in Asia. The type of car also matters. For fleet vehicles such as taxis and delivery vans, we may have already reached price parity. For small, low-performance vehicles, electric versions may never be able to compete with their gas cousins. In that sense, $100 per kilowatt hour isn't a magic number. The goal was more to set the speed of technology development needed to unleash the potential of electric cars. That it certainly has achieved. Every large automaker now sees its future to be electric. Even though China dominated the market for a few years, 2020 saw more sales of EVs in Europe than in China. Battery prices will keep falling for years to come. The chance that you'll choose an electric car next just keeps rising. This is Net Zero. I am Akshat Rathi. Follow us on your favorite platforms for more.
We'll be back with more stories after the quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're watching The Game on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. Tennis prodigy Alex Eala has qualified for her first quarterfinals in the girls' singles at the US Open. This comes after Eala bounced back strong to achieve a gritty 3-set win over Greece's Michaela Laki on Wednesday. It was no easy match for the 16-year-old. She struggled early against Laki, who was able to receive her services well. However, she pulled out all the stops to fend off her 15th-seeded foe to qualify for the next round. Time now for a quick look at some of today's headlines. Dozens of fishermen were rescued at sea during the onslaught of Tropical Cyclone Jelena, but at least 2 remain missing. PDP Laban formally nominates the God Duterte tandem for next year's polls. But while President Duterte accepts the nomination, Senator Bongo once again declined. And the candidates for this year's Miss Universe Philippines competition showcased their hometowns in their latest tourism videos. And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us again later at 12 noon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.